Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Hopefully 2021 will be better for all of us than 2020 was. And let's start off the new year with another support tip, trick, advice. So this is gonna be a super quick video. We're gonna jump right into Chitterbox. This also applies if you do it in Lightsheet the same way. What this is about is supporting edges on models. And it's going to become a lot more apparent what I'm talking about when I show you in Chitterbox. But basically, if you have an island, then instead of just one little point hanging down, it's a whole edge. This video goes over how you should properly support the island and the edge itself. So I call this one, How's Your Edge Game, Bruh? And that's it. Let's jump into Chitterbox. I think if you do this, you will have a lot less failures on all the type of parts that I'm going to show you that this works on. Now I'll just have to show you two examples and then we'll be out of there, but you'll see how it applies to when you're supporting your models. So that's it. Stick with me for a few minutes into Chitterbox. After that, I will show you pictures of how the model turned out. It's actually printing right now. So when it's done, I'll take pictures, I'll insert it. Video will be done. I'm also working, I actually realized I do actually have a couple of other tips and tricks that I've been doing for like the last year that I actually never shared with you guys. Not on purpose, I wasn't holding back. Some of them just didn't occur to me, and then I realized there's some stuff I just haven't taught yet that I should throw out there and let you guys see what I do. All right, thank you for supporting, and please like, please subscribe, and let's go into Chitterbox. So we're looking at a nice model from R&E Studio, and I've already supported her all the way up to the hat, which is going to be the subject of our How's Your Edge Game, Bruh? And so if we look at the hat, you can see that there's a low point, there's an island, so we need to support that. So normally you would come and you would say, okay, I'm going to support this. Let's deconstruct it, see where that lowest point is. Okay, so that's the only part that's an island, right? So we need to put a big support there. Let's add one, let's add a heavy. But all right, let me reposition it. I didn't click right on the island there, so let's go back in and just edit that, move it slightly. Now, that's not going to be enough to support the hat, obviously, because it's a big piece being held up by just one support right now. But what we want to do is there's an edge here. And if you look at the edge, as you can see, that black line is how it's going to print. I want to support all of that at once because that main support I have, it might hold. But most likely it won't hold, and that'll give you a nice flat edge of the hat there. It'll be all messed up. It'll pull off. Maybe it won't even print that part. So what we do when we have an edge like this, we do very small supports like 0.1 or 0.15 with almost no penetration, like 0.02 on the contact depth. And we're going to support that entire edge. This may look like overkill to you, but look, these are super duper thin supports. When I pull these off, they won't leave any marks. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow this hat to print out in a pristine condition. And we're still not done. With all those little supports you see there, we are not done. We have got to add to this left side of the hat still. There's a big edge there. We need to support that edge just like we did this other part. And then we need to go on the right side and equally support that edge as well. So once we're all done with that, we will have a properly supported hat. And then we can go underneath that edge and add just a couple supports just to make sure that it doesn't pull off those edge supports. Then you have a perfectly supported hat, which is going to print out great. It's printing right now, as I said in my earlier part of the intro video, but when it's done, I'm going to post the pictures into this video and we'll see how it did. And then now let's go look at one more example. Now this next one I find interesting. This is the amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle from my Kickstarter. I've removed all the support from this back right leg, so you could see how I'm going to work the bandages. And I'm going to get rid of the supports on the foot just so we don't have to look at them, so they don't muddy anything up. So obviously they're needed. I'm just going to get rid of all of them so we can see better. We're going to focus on this bandage edge here. So you can see it's very tiny, very thin piece. One support of 0.20 or 0.25 would probably hold this all up, but I want to do better. And my support game has evolved here just a little bit. Whereas in the past, I would have put one, maybe two supports there to hold that little piece. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a light. And I'm going to make it really small, 0.10 with almost no penetration because it's not holding up much stuff. And then what I'm going to do is, right, I wanted to zoom out to show you how small that area really is. I mean, it's almost a negligible area, but let me show you what I think is the right way to support it. So, again, we're going to go back in with a light, and we're going to do 0.1 on the diameter of the tip. And for contact depth, it can be anywhere from 0.02 to 0.05. I don't care. It just can't be a lot, right? I want no model damage here. I want this to come out perfect. So you can see that area that's printing all at once. So what I want to do is I want to give my support a little distance so it doesn't bond with the bottom of the foot. So I want to give a nice angle there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a ton of tiny little supports to support that whole thing that looks like it's printing almost at once. I'm going to support all of it. And by doing this, with these super duper tiny supports, what's going to happen is you won't know the supports were ever there, but that area is going to print out perfectly. There won't be any errors there. There won't be any even little fail that you might notice if you were, going to paint this figure. So I would do that on every part of the bandage, actually. So I'll just show you one more. So you go up to the next one. The edge there, the edge game is small. Look, that island's pretty small. So what we have to do there is I just want to support that whole little island that's printing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 3, maybe 4 little of these tiny little supports, and boom, that's perfectly supported as well now. So I just go up and keep adding supports. Each layer of the bandage is getting 4 or 5 of those super tiny, super duper ultralight supports, and those bandages will come out perfect. So that's basically it. I just wanted to show you how I think you should be properly supporting edges if you want the absolute best results and less model damage. You could do one big one there, but then you have model damage, whereas the way I just did it, you won't have any. So anyway, I hope this video helps you out. Hope it helps you get much better prints. You're looking at the photos of the girl's hat, and hopefully you agree it came out perfect. So, again, my only goal is to help you guys get success in printing, and I think if you have your edge game properly set up, you will. That's it. Thanks, and happy 3D printing, everyone.